Welcome to another episode of the Work Hard, Play Hard podcast. My name is Rob Murgatroyd, and each week on this podcast, I talk to some of the most fascinating people on the planet in all areas of life, from mindset to fitness to spirituality and, of course, business. Look, I believe you deserve success in all the areas of your life, not only business. But before we get into today's show, you may want to join us on our next Work Hard, Play Hard experience. This year, we're going to be going to Mykonos and Marrakesh. In these experiences, I have hand-selected a group of high-performing business people who are seeking more balance, connection, and they want to celebrate their wins as a reward for the hard work that they put in. If you want someone to curate once-in-a-lifetime experiences and force you to play more, rush over to workhardplayhardexperience.com. Fill out an application so we can jump on a discovery call to see if this is a good fit for you. And remember, excuses are over. It's time to live.
They have no life. They have no relationships with their kids. All they care about is, oh, I made money at 72. The guy's a fat, ugly piece of shit, most people, you know?
Yeah.
That's what they are. Now you got people like him, and then you got the other people that don't make a living, that have 4 fucking jobs, kill themselves to make their fucking $2,000 a week so they can live on Long Island. And it's disheartening. It kills people. That's what kills them. And it's so similar to what's happening in society today. We got a gangster running America, a group of gangsters running America. And, you know, I did think, you know, at the time, nobody would ever believe that a movie like this could become true.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Work Hard, Play Hard show. My name is Rob Murgatroyd, and this episode, I'm not exactly sure what to say about it. So I think probably, first of all, let me say this. If you are easily offended, don't listen. If you have children within 10 miles of you, don't listen. If you are a Republican, don't listen. If curse words bother you, don't listen. Okay? I can't emphasize the disclaimer enough. Now, here's the story. About, I don't know, maybe 6-7 years ago, I'm at the Delano Hotel in Miami, and I see this guy who's telling stories in the pool, kind of like this New York Jewish guy. Let's call it what it is, right? And after a couple of cocktails, I said, I have never laughed my ass off harder. I don't know who this guy is, but oh my God, he's hysterical, vile, offensive. But I love him. Like, I love him. Following year, I'm in Mykonos, and I hear the same voice. And I'm like, there's no way this is possible. There's no way. Like, there's no way this is the same guy. There he is. He's dancing it up. A year later, I'm in the Crown Room at JFK, getting ready to go to Europe. And who do I see? I see him there again. His name is Wayne Diamonds. Wayne Diamonds is known as the Garmento. In the 70s and 80s, he dominated the women's dresses and jumpsuit market. For those New York people, it's the schmata business. And he made his fortune. He cashed out at over $100 million and just decided that he was going to have fun. Well, as luck would have it, one thing led to another, and he ran into the Safdie Brothers, who created the new Adam Sandler movie in the West Village a few years ago. And they fell in love with him the way I did. And they said, hey, we'd love to have you in some of our rock videos. So in this interview, there was almost nothing that I was able to do to control this interview. I had to be myself, laugh, try and beg, borrow, and steal to get a question in. And then in the end, I had to ask his PR person who was setting this up for us how in the world she does this. And I'm just going to leave this interview exactly as it was. I'm not going to edit it. I'm not going to apologize for it. I am going to just give you the raw, unedited. My wife is looking at me like, are you sure you want to do this? I'm going to give you the raw and unedited Wayne Diamond interview. And if you dare, go on Instagram and follow the Wayne Diamond. So I'm going to leave it there. Hope you enjoy this. Oh, by the way, we had trouble with the technology, so I had to record it on my iPhone. So it literally is just a telephone. It's like a telephone call-in show. So everything went wrong with this interview and everything went right all at the same time. But I am going to be unapologetic, as they say, for the interview. Hope you like it. Sorry about the long ramble intro.
Wayne, welcome to the show.
It's fucking great to be here, baby.
You know, I am so excited to do this interview, and here's why. I believe in signs. One year, I'm swimming at the Delano pool in Miami, and we meet. The next year, I'm in Mykonos at Namos, and I meet again. The following year, I'm in the Crown Room at JFK, and I run into you again. Now I see the new Adam Sandler movie, and I see you again. So I believe in signs.
Now, the movie was the most insane thing I've ever done in my life. I mean, Adam Sandler, Sabo, the Safdie Brothers, Ronald Bronstein, Julia, everybody in this fucking movie was the best. I mean, the greatest crew of all time.
All right, well, listen, we're going to start. I want to start at the beginning, because I think a good jumping off place would be to wind the clock back to growing up in Long Island in the 70s. Now, your parents, they were both educators, but that was not...
Remember that?
I do, but that was not the path that you chose to go into. Where did you get your business drive from? Because you didn't get it from your parents.
Yes, I actually did. My parents were school teachers.
Yeah.
You ever try to live on $6,000 a year with two of them were working? My father had like 9 jobs, so I had to get in there and help out. You know, I was under the gun. I was the oldest child. I was under the gun, and you know, I had met Maya Lansky about 5 years before. You know, when I was going to college, and then I worked at a garment center as a shipping clerk, and then making money. I always gave it to my parents. And when I started to do well, when I started to kill myself, I called Meyer up on the phone. I said, I'm ready to go. He put me in business with a guy called Murray Oliphant, and we rocked and rolled. And I did I was on fire. And I worked out one day with the books, and I opened up my own company. They were fucking
Murray was the seamstress. Is that right?
No, Murray was the partner. He was an old guy there was also 5'1", you know. There were all the gangster Jews were 5'1".
What?
I mean, it was a big prerequisite to be a Jew. It was a gangster to be 5'1". That's the bottom line, you know.
I have this vision of James Caan.
Well, James Caan is not. He would not be a Jew. He's too tall to be a Jewish guy. He's Jewish, but he couldn't be a Jewish gangster. You're thinking about the Gambler, right? And the Gambler were the Godfather.
Either one.
What
was it? Well, I was going to say, Wayne, what was it that attracted you to the garment business? Like, why did you get into that? Because you weren't raised that way.
We all like women, baby, right? I like to clothe women. I want women looking good. So I said, I saw all these guys. I mean, there was this guy, Alan Schwartz, and I knew his accountant. I saw what he was making a year, and I said, this is the place for me. I was making in the old days like $1 million a year. I said, this is fucking great. I mean, it took me till I was 44 to make my first mill there. You know, it was a great business. It was a business that you make a lot of money if you work 24/7.
Could you do that business today?
Exist.
It doesn't exist.
Today the business don't exist. There's no more garment center. You see the way they dress out there? You want to vomit? You see the way these women dress? You can puke.
It's terrible, I know.
The way they dress. And the men, they dress even worse. I mean, with their striped shirts, their khaki pants. I mean, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. I mean, there's no money in it anymore. People don't care. They look like shit. And it's the bottom line. I mean, it's all about, I think, perversion and stuff. You know, people are on their computers, they're jerking off. They really don't care about getting dressed up anymore. You know, they're too busy. They already had their orgasm. Why the hell meet a girl? Why go out? You know what I mean? Why do any of that? So they really don't care. It's not in their self-interest. They look good anymore. And the girls, what do? They go to H&M. They spend $20. They buy one of those stretch dresses. They get out of their office sweating like shit. They put the dress on. They don't even take a fucking shower. They go to a club with their girlfriends. And then basically they hang with their girlfriends. They don't even look like they're late. You know what I mean? That's what's going on today. I mean, I see it. All my friends are like 25 to 45. It's pathetic. That's why we don't have enough guys. You know, I mean, nobody gets pregnant. There's no kids. I mean, we got a nun generation here. A nun generation. I don't even call these the millennials. I call it the nun generation.
I think you're right.
Robin?
Where did the name Garmento come from?
Well, I mean, I was in a garment center, and you know, I felt like I was a Jew, but I always felt like I was like Italian. So it became Garmento. You know, it ended in an O. So you know, basically, I think that's where it came from. They gave me that name because that was a Jew that was like a garment guy, and you know, I wanted to be Italian, so they called me the Garmento.
I love that. All right, so now you're in the garment district. You're making money, hand over fist. You're neighbors with Oprah. You're golfing with OJ. You're hanging with Steve Rubell, Ian Schrager. And for those that don't know,
I'm not. Stop there.
No.
Ian Schrager, no problem. Steve Rubell, nothing to do with him.
Oh, really?
Steve Rubell was fucking my lawyer. They both got A's and died. I mean, they were gone. And my lawyer was, you know, I don't want to mention that, Donald Trump's favorite person that he follows in his footsteps. I think, you know what I'm talking about.
You're talking about Cohen?
Yeah.
Now, you know, a lot of people have heard of him, but I can't think of one person that I know who represented them in a divorce. What was that like?
It was a 2-day situation. And if I would have gone along with him and what he said what I should do and how I should do it, I would never get a chance. I would never have gotten a chance to see my child ever again. I mean, this guy was a freaking animal. He didn't give a shit. He thought that nobody had any emotions at all. You know, very similar to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
A non-emotional person. And, you know, that was it. Bottom line, I got rid of him after 2 days. I gave that ex-wife of mine everything, all my money, everything in the house. And that was it. I mean, you know, easy way. I was only like 24, 25 years old, 26, whatever. It really didn't make any difference to me anyway. She came out good.
All right, but listen, your wife now, you've been married to Helen for 40 years and you have 4 children.
Right. So right? What are you going to fucking remind me? Come on, Robbie. Robbie, get me sick here. Listen, I got enough problems with my penis. I mean, leave me alone with this shit.
Listen, I don't believe you. I'm going to tell you. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. You are in love with your wife. You have 4 children, and we're going to get into your children in a second. But I first want to ask you, what is the secret to being married for 40 years?
Wearing glasses, a very strong one. You know, wearing earplugs. And, you know, doing your own thing. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, listen, Helen is the greatest. I mean, there's no doubt about it. She's my chauffeur. I mean, since I got rid of my other chauffeur, she does all the driving. She does everything. I mean, this fucking woman does everything. Has the cleaning done. I gave her all the money. She takes care of everything. She's a financial person now. So she does everything. And I go out and I have fun. That's the bottom line. That's the key to a good marriage.
All right, now I want to talk about the kids. Your children, they were raised with privilege. And
no, not like you think. I mean, they were raised, I mean, they went to Wheatley, most of them, 3 of them went to Wheatley School, great school. And the other one went to Oceanside High School, Erica. And they weren't, the only thing they were embarrassed about was being driven by my driver every day to school in a Rolls Royce till they grew up, you know? That was the only thing they had. That was the only privilege they had. They're not, you know, my kids are more into the arts than they're into money. They're not.
Where did they go to college? Where did they go to college?
Yale, University of Pennsylvania, Harvard, Vanderbilt, Duke. You know, a few of the worst schools in America, you know.
I mean, listen.
That's,
people could say what they want. They could meet you and they could say, this guy's out of his mind. But I don't. I look and I say he's crazy like a fox. He's got a wife that he loves. He's married for 40 years. He's got children that went to Harvard and Yale. He's crazy successful. And more than that, he lives a happier life than anybody I've ever met in person. Listen, people work their whole life and they want to make a bunch of money. They want to cash out with their millions. What was it like for you the day you got the big check when you sold your business? What was going through your minds?
What was going through my mind? I was depressed. I didn't want to give up my business. I was kind of depressed. I lived a few years in Old Westbury after that. There's nothing exciting about getting up your business. There's nothing exciting. But I know the business was over. It was no more dress manufacturing business. Even in Europe, I mean, there was no money in the fucking thing anymore. So I said, that's it. I'm out. I was going crazy. My health was getting bad for the business. You know, when you're not making money and you're trying to make a little bit of money to keep your people alive, it's a stress. And I cared about the people at work. I mean, they were with me a lot of years. So I stayed in business an extra 2 years so that they could make enough money. When they left, I didn't have enough money, you know?
Yeah.
But it was rough. It's a rough thing. You never want to do that. And, retirement was a tough thing. And I retired a lot of years ago, about 25 years ago. And then I got into this thing about going to school, taking literature courses, history courses, a lot of acting courses. And I started to get into this shit. And I really liked it. You know, I didn't do it as a kid. And I like being with all these kids, you know. I mean, you learn more from the kids than you do from these old fuckers. All they talk about is money, you know. And these are kids talking about interesting things. And they're on top of everything. And, you know, the teachers are great. And I learned a lot. And I got into acting, you know, not for a living, but just have a good time and have fun with it.
Well, we're going to get into acting in a second, but I want to ask you a couple other questions before we get into that. So in 2000, you retired. Now, here's my question. People are spending their whole lives. They're working because they want to make a bunch of money. What advice would you give for people that are killing themselves to make money?
There's two different kinds of killing yourself. I got friends of mine, jerk-offs, that are 72 years old. The only thing they got to talk to me about is, oh, what a year I had. I go to them and I tell them, go fuck yourself and die, you schmuck. They have no life. They have no relationships with their kids. All they care about is, oh, I made money at 72. The guy's a fat, ugly piece of shit, most people, you know?
Yeah.
That's what they are. You know what? They can't go to a restaurant and look good. They can't go out and put a suit on. They look like they got a big jackets. I don't want to say this. This guy's family. He's a big fat fuck. And he goes out and he thinks, oh, I'm a billionaire now. I look at the guy and I hate him now. He said, and it's enough to make me I get sick when I see him. Because it's what good is that shit? And his kids are all business. The kids all come and sit around him. You know why they sit around him? Because they're waiting for him to die to get the fucking money so they can drive around, you know. This is a cheap motherfucker. Now you got people like him, and then you got the other people that don't make a living, that have 4 fucking jobs, kill themselves to make their fucking $2,000 a week so they can live on Long Island. And then they hear their neighbors sit there. You know, the kids go out and they work and they get like $300,000-$400,000. They go to Goldman Sachs to start. And it's disheartening. It kills people. That's what kills them. It's the jealousy, the envy, and starving to death. And not having the things that the next guy's got, you know? I thought I had everything, and I did. I had everything. I had good children, good wife, you know, and I had a good life, and I still do. I mean, I do everything. If I had $1 billion, I couldn't do anything more than I do. I lived like a billionaire my whole life. So, you know, bottom line is, fuck them. Fuck these fat fucking old fucking people that are looking for extra dollars, you know?
Well, listen, the locations that you spend your time in is crazy. You spend your summer in Europe. You got 15 days a month in Miami. You're still at the Delano, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, only the Delano. I meet you know what? People don't know this shit. The richest, but they're not the Europeans, but they're rich. They're not like these motherfuckers that live in Long Island. These people, though, they want to share their wealth. They don't know what to do for you. You know, I mean, they're great. All my friends, they're like, God knows what they got. But they enjoy their lives. And when they do a business, it's like a slow thing. They don't give a shit. That's why they're so successful over there. Here, you know, to make the minimum, they kill themselves. I mean, I love Europe. I love fucking Europe. I mean, I love America, but I mean, I really don't love it. I love New York. I mean, you know, I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to call me an American instead of like going a little far out there, I'm a fucking New Yorker. That's what I am. I talk like a New Yorker, and I like Europe. I like the Delano. I don't like Miami too much, but I like the Delano. I go to these other places at night. They go to the place. It costs them $10,000 a night. These stupid friends of mine. So they invite me to their pool. Come with me to my pool. There's two people there, two fucking old fucking ladies, 90 years old, breastfeeding their dog. I mean, you know what I mean? You got the dog in their chest, and the dog is sucking on their chest. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I go back to the Delano. There's 400 people there in a pool, screaming, yelling, drinking, all around my age, having a good fucking time. I mean, this is my kind of life. You got to find the right place. That's the key. You got to find the place for you in life. You know, these people, what they think they go to the best place. It's like hotels of crap. You ever go to hotels of crap?
No.
Hotel of crap is it's in Europe. Hotel of crap. We went there. You got that. I ate there. I vomited for the food. Food sucked. The people sucked. Bunch of Wall Street guys with khaki pants, with T-shirts on. They're ugly motherfuckers. The women were shit, except for the Russian hookers. The only savior to Europe are the Russian hookers, because they look good. They're very pretty, very hot, adorable. I mean, I no wonder why we got Putin running America. I mean, look, got all the best women in the world there. I mean, you know, a Russian hooker is the greatest thing in the world. They sit there smoking it. They really ain't done yet. You know what I mean? They know what they want the money. They want the fucking money. They're good. They're good.
All right, listen. Now we're going to round the corner to what we're here for. Tell me the story of how you met the Safdie Brothers in the West Village and how that led ultimately to you being in the Adam Sandler movie, Uncut Gems.
No, it was easy. I mean, I was doing a lot of movies. I was doing a lot of videos shit for the Safdies. I met Sabo and his father in a bar about 12 years ago, 13 years ago. And they were just starting out in life. And I loved our Sabo. I mean, he's the best. Now, you know, he's a great guy. He's married to that McClara, whatever her name is. She's very, very pretty, very sweet girl. I liked her a lot. And I met they weren't married then, but I met the father and him, and they were just wonderful. We met each other. I was drunk, and we walked out together, and we talked, and he took my phone number down, and I took his number down. And I got a phone call from him about 8 weeks later. You want to do a video, a music video? I said, I got nothing better than fucking do. I'm retarded. It was like more retarded than retired. I said, okay. Yeah. So I started doing a lot of music videos for them. A rock star. I was very skinny then, about 12 years ago. So I was doing this videos for them. And then I did a couple of they did some short movies or some shit I did for them. I was in with them. And then I did, we did radio. We had a radio show. So I was on their radio show a few times with Sabo and Josh, you know. Yeah. And Josh's brother was, you know, I didn't know him as well. He's a great guy. I mean, I met him. I mean, now I know him. But that's why he was like, I guess, younger or whatever. And then about 6 years ago, I found the email. They emailed me, and I mean, to come down, they had a big part for me in a movie, and I thought it was a jerk call. I didn't even get back to them. So now it's 2 years ago. You know, I look up Sabo and I see there must be a million fucking texts from him for different things to do, you know. And I really don't know how to use an email, as you can see when I try to get connected with you. It's not one of my. It's number one on my list. I don't give a shit. So I missed out on a lot of stuff with them. But listen. I got this part. It was nice. We had a great time and great people. I mean, they're geniuses. It was. I mean, these guys are really working. I mean, this is not like some schmuck on Wall Street. These are guys that know their business. They're like Garmento guys. Like I knew how to sew a dress. I knew how to do a marker. I knew how to look over a pattern. They know everything. They know everything from the boom, for the sound. They know everything from the editing. They know the business from the bottom up, and that's what you got to know. That's why most of America is pretty shitty today. The people are morons. I mean, they don't know business from the bottom up. They start from the top down, and they destroy all these great people from Mexico and Ecuador and, these stupid kids. They're stupid. It's a different world. I mean, these kids are the kids that make it big. You can't start from the top down. You got to start from the bottom up, and that's what they did. And they're terrific. They're just terrific. I love them all.
Well, what was it like for you? I mean, it's got to be surreal when you walk on the set and Adam Sandler's there and the Safdie Brothers. Were you just out of your mind?
We're a family, man. That's what these Safdies do. They make everybody like a family. I mean, I feel like I can't wait for the next movie because I feel I'm away from the family,
Wow.
It was great being with these guys. That's how it felt for everybody, even Adam. Adam's a sweetheart. I mean, the nicest guy in the world, great actor. I mean, that guy went through more shit in that movie than anybody. The Safdies beat the shit out of him to do this, do that. And they take every scene they take is like 40 times. They go nuts. 40 fucking times the same scene. Turn your head to the left, right. I memorized 400 fucking lines. By the time I got done with the first scene, I didn't remember one of them. I swear to God. It's fucking nuts. I mean, I felt like Harvey Keitel. I did. Harvey once told me that, hey, don't worry about the lines, kid. Just do the fucking narrative. You'll know what to do. He's right. If you worry, most of these movies today, I mean, you got to know the part. If you know the part, you're the person. I was this weird kid in the movie, the weird guy, I mean, I was like a cartoon character. It was a lot of fun.
Do you get nervous at all?
No, I never get nervous over anything. I don't get nervous. I get nervous like popping out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, I want to talk to you about stand-up. You're starting to do stand-up now.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, this morning I did a podcast with Michelle Collins, the Jewish chick from a big. I mean, she's 61. I mean, I felt like a little boy. It was great. I was on a show with her. She's a young chick, very pretty, 6'1". Wow, incredible. And she's a comedian, very funny, and she does stand-up too. She had me in a show, and she was laughing her ass off. We had a lot of fun this morning, a lot of fun. And a lot of fun 2 days ago. I did the Smooch show. Smooch?
Yep.
Smooch, whatever his fucking name is, a little guy. He's like Murray Oliver, 5'1" type, you know what I mean, with a good-looking wife. Oh, but, I love the guy. I really do. I'm making a little fun of him. I'm sure he makes fun of me if he sees me, But it was like Lily Craig. His wife is terrific. I mean, she's really smart. Directed me right. We laughed our asses off. That's what it's about. It's about laughing. Everything's about laughing. We're living in a fascist country right now with a fucking dictator here. This motherfucker Trump. I mean, it's disgusting. So you got to laugh. So I love comedy. And I think the more comedy we have now, the better it's going to be for this country. All these kids are depressed out there, really depressed. This guy's horrible. I mean, horrible. He's putting pizza back in the schools. He's taking the good food out. He just did it today. No more good food for kids in school. Only pizza and shit. I mean, I swear to God, my kids, he did that today. You look at changing the law. So you're going to drink a bottle of soda and be 500-600 pounds. He doesn't give a shit.
No, he doesn't.
Well, look at him, that fat fucking bastard motherfucker.
All right, listen, I got two more questions for you. The first question is, why is your favorite movie Once Upon a Time in America?
How do you know that?
You told me. I remember everything.
I don't even remember all this shit. Because first of all, the director is the greatest director that ever lived.
Yep.
He did The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. He did so many good things. The guy was a genius. I mean, Scorsese. Scorsese is the best we got now. But I mean, this guy he's terrific. The movie was done. It's perfection. The Jewish mafia. It's absolute perfection. And it's so similar to what's happening in society today. We got a gangster running America, a group of gangsters running America. And, I did think, at the time, nobody would ever believe that a movie like this could become true. You know, it's like, it's insane.
All right. Well, listen, I got my last question for you. I want to know where and how you maintain your hair, the tan, and your teeth. How do you do it?
Well, the teeth, was easy. I had them all pulled out. I had implants put in.
All right,
that was taken care of. The hair I wash every day. I have the minute go blow it out. You know, it's 1,400 Broadway. I blow it out myself. You got to wash your hair every fucking day. If it starts falling out, get implants. I know a lot of the Syrian Jews down in Brooklyn. I sent them to Kashmir. They all got new hair. For me, my hair, I'm just very lucky. My hair stays in. I've never lost one fucking piece that I can remember. It just stays there. So I'm very lucky. I was born with good genes. My father had his hair. My brother is going bald. It's terrible. I feel bad for him.
Now, what about the tan? How do you do that?
There's a new stuff that came out in the market. I've been using. It's terrific.
What is it?
I'm not posting either. I can hear from people. I guess something like instant evidence there.
There's only one Wayne Diamonds, and I cannot thank you enough for doing this interview with me.
All right. Thanks for listening. If you love this episode and you know someone that needs some help in either stepping up their work hard game or their play hard game, it would mean the world to me if you shared this podcast with them to help me get this movement out there. So if you like what you heard, head on over to iTunes, take 30 seconds and leave me a 5-star review, and I will be forever grateful. So until the next episode, excuses are over. It's time to live.